Hello again. Did you know that Freeman was so badass the guy could literally knock down missiles with his crowbar? I'm not kidding you, a good place to show it off is up around Station 12 in Route Canal. Stick around until a Combine APC rolls around to blow up the mounted machine gun nearby. Now stand right here and proceed to smack any incoming missiles with your crowbar. If you've got a good aim, you might just knock a few of them out of the air as they come raining down on you. Jesus, Freeman is a real terror, I'll tell you that much. Those two Metro Cups you come across early on beating up on a guy while his girlfriend cries help, well, don't waste them right away and see how they're gonna dance if you bait them. For some reason, they'll never follow you all the way back up the hallway you came from. Instead, they'll just stand there in front of that doorway like dummies. By the way, this Metro Cop swinging that shocker stick at the beginning of the chapter can be rage baited out onto the train tracks further on. The guy must be a real dopey brick because he'll make no attempt to dodge the oncoming train even as you lead him right into it. And that running animation of his is all janky as hell. That time he comes following you down the stairs in front of the tracks. Not only that, but he seems to have no idea whatsoever what happens if you smash a flammable barrel with that shocker stick. Like, where do they get these idiots for civil protection? Remember these fellas holed up in the red boxcar? You know, the guy with his bored pal? Well, they can be spied on without dropping into the boxcar. So before you do that, try stacking some crates lying around. There's plenty of those. Now, you want to stand on top of the crates facing the opening in the boxcar. If you nail the right angle, you can see them both watching the G-Man on that TV. Oddly enough, firing your pistol at the TV will make no difference whatsoever. Not even knocking over the whole setup, TV and all, the G-Man will stay on the screen and the Vort won't flinch for a split second. Oh, this guy at the resistance base that gets swarmed by scanners can be saved if you're quick on your feet. But if you double back later on, you'll find him dead, whacked by a scanner that wasn't there before. But get this, not only that, you can also bump into this guy repeatedly while you push him up the tunnel further on. If you get him far enough, next thing you know, he'll drop like a fly right in front of you. Well, I guess the game wants him dead after all. Speaking of scanners, apparently Combine scanners in the sewers can operate underwater without getting all shorted out. Try dropping down the ladder into the pool of water down here and see some scanners follow you around like it's nothing. What can I say? China could learn a thing or two about making electronics from the Combine. Speaking of Chinese Combine electronics, what looks like a swarm of scanners fanning out of the Citadel in the distance is actually some kind of particle effect. Try not clipping close enough towards the Citadel and see for yourself. I mean, I guess it makes sense, right? Why would you waste games resources on, real scanners? Let's talk about small things. For instance, you can beat the ramp puzzle without so much as using the ramp at all. Check this out, if you stack enough cinder blocks on top of each other, you can climb the ledge nice and easy. It doesn't really take that long either, right? You can be done in under a minute. Also, wooden crates and other things made of wood can be destroyed by being thrown into fire. Toss a crate on and watch it blow up into shards in seconds. I mean, makes sense, right? Oh, and guess what? This resistance fella, the one who comes running up the big storm drain pipe yelling help just up the way from the same red boxcar, he can be saved from the Metro Cops who will normally gun him down the second you step up to talk to him. In that case, the dull brick will proceed to run out into the opening and fold like a cheap suit as soon as the Metro Cop backup arrives from multiple directions. They just show up too fast too many, and this idiot doesn't make it any easier by making a run for it. A few things in Half-Life make no sense, and this is one of those rare moments. These two Metro Cops up there behind the chain link, where did they come from? I mean, stacking up some barrels and crates will reveal this area is sealed off completely and entirely. No gates, no doors, no nothing, no walkways, no catwalks, whatever. How did they even get there? There's plenty of flammable barrels you will encounter throughout the entire game, and they're all highly flammable. A couple planks from the crowbar or any weapon and they blow right up, but not the ones dropped down on you by the Metro Cops right after stepping into this pool of water. It's all weird simply because you can't set them on fire until they've dropped down into the water. It doesn't matter if you empty an entire clip, they won't go up in flames like a flammable barrel normally would. Oh, and speaking of barrels, do you remember that part where you have to swim across a large pool of water while, Metro Cops roll down flammable barrels to blow you to bits? Well, there is this particular barrel that will come rolling off the edge right through the railing. You would think it wasn't there at all. Like, what the hell? Now this one is definitely my favorite. Here's the deal, there is a secret ventilation shaft with a pickup, but getting all the way up there might prove a little tricky. You see, you can't just jump across to get in. You're gonna need a little leg up if you're gonna make it. Luckily, there is no shortage of barrels all around this area. Grab one and climb the ladder, then across the pipe leading up to the shaft. If the barrel has been tipped over on its side, it's no problem. Just drop it with one end hitting something. That should fix it right up. Now climb on top of it and get into that vent like it's nothing. If you crawl far enough, you might notice the shaft goes on and make it look like, you could get up there too, which yes, you can.
No.
Now this takes balls of steel and some adamant patience, but by stacking enough barrels and using the old jump off of the barrel trick, you can boost yourself just high enough to climb up inside that van. Just watch it, it's not uncommon for Freeman to get whacked by a barrel while he's at it. And now that we've made it this far, there's nothing to be discovered. Fucking Gaben. I know, this one is a small fry, but did you ever pay attention to these paper bags? Well, you don't see them everywhere, but there is one right here, and it's only got a dancing Metro Cup on it. Aw, how cute, eh? Oh, and by the way, you can easily get stuck and then killed if you drop down between some metal sheets that make up the makeshift walkway towards the far end of the chapter. Thing is, it doesn't even look like there's not enough room for you to squeeze through. Like, what gives? This one is creepy. There's 2 human skulls to be found, both hidden out of sight. You would think someone didn't want someone else to find them? I don't know. There's one on this ledge covered by some garbage, and the other one is behind the bars inside this drain pipe. I have a separate video on these skulls that digs into this whole mystery, so feel free to check that out too. There is a curious little scene right before you enter the shantytown proper, where, the Combine begins shelling the area with headcrabs, wreaking havoc all over the place. You know this place, right? Well, if you pull back and try to go up the way you came, another shell will soon hit the ground, pulling down the tunnel and blocking you off completely. Now, knocklipping past all this rubble reveals that the guy you met earlier is still alive.
Get going! Go on!
Now, this guy, the one that drops dead with a head crab sucking on his head, if you put him out of his misery by firing a weapon or hitting him with a crowbar, then come back around a minute later, his body will be there for you to see. But if you simply leave him as is, still alive, technically he's dead, but whatever, and do the exact same thing, by the time you swing back, he'll be gone, head crab and all, with no signs of him anywhere around, even though he was technically barricaded behind a mesh fence. So where did he go? Once you've mounted the airboat, taking the exit out of the last resistance hideout towards the far end of the chapter, make sure to double back and check on the girl that gassed up the airboat for you. By that point, she should be on the ground, having been killed by a fast head crab, which is technically our very first encounter with this species in particular. Other than this time around, you won't see one of these creatures until you've made it all the way to Ravenhall. Now, this vast area full of toxic pools can and absolutely should be explored. Don't just blow by, take your time to stop, dismount, and poke around the headcrab shells that are gonna be here and there sticking out of the ground. There's even some pistol ammo behind this rock, so really take your time. Last but not least, right before you finish Chapter Route Canal, you have to raise a gate by spinning a crank. Nearby is a headcrab shell, all emptied out, and its only passenger will be hanging out behind these crates near the gate. Oddly enough, pushing the crates around won't harm the damn thing. It'll just clip right through them. You would think smacking a crate into it would kill it, but no such luck.